die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Boom, it is that time. Greetings, people of Earth. And we got the bookie hat on. Well deserved. We're going to make this quick because there's so much fucking going on. Personal life, in the country, TV, injuries, all kinds of craziness. Just an absolutely crazy day. First of all, I'd like to take a moment and reflect on 25 years ago. So we'll just take a pause and a quick moment of prayer. All right, so let's talk some football. All right, we're going to get this going because, like I said, we got a Yankee game to do. And the Yankees start in, I don't know, about half hour, 25 minutes or so. So we're going to get into this. We're going to do this week's picks. We'll review everything tomorrow night. We'll have a special bonus NFL Weekly recap and pick show. And we'll go over all our picks from last week, see how we did. Right now, we're just going to move along and get these picks out of the way. We'll go in more depth. Like I said in the show tomorrow, time is just incredibly hampered today. So, okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm having issues with a monitor that just doesn't want to keep its Wi-Fi is just not holding it. I don't know what's up. Got two things that just going shitty on me, and I don't know why. Every time I want to go live. So while those are connecting, we're just going to roll. I guess everything's recording. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Wi-Fi is just bizarre right now. All right, let's get to this week's picks. Let me get them rolling. We'll go through our early games first. There we go. Here's the week 2 picks. They'll be at the bottom of the screen. We'll run through it really quickly. Opening tonight in Green Bay. You got the Washington Redskins going up against Jordan Love and the Packers, who had a interesting first week. Everybody had an interesting first week, win or lose. But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna roll through this. So we got we're picking the Packers -3.5. 48.5, and we're going to take the over in that one. Should be a good ball game. It should be a very interesting ball game. I should say this should be a good, entertaining football game. But let's look for Packers to keep it going. I don't think the Redskins are ready for the Packers at home. That's all. This early in the year, I just don't think it's happening. Packers got to make, you know how the Packers are at home, and we'll take them -3.5, and we'll take the over. So look for a big show tonight. Should be an entertaining game. Hopefully it's competitive like last week. Now we move on to the Sunday game, the early games. We got the Rams, and they'll be going to Titanville and play the Titans, who are in trouble. I know I kind of said they might be a dark horse this year. I'm going to stick with that for sure. As soon as we get this going here. Again, no idea what's going on with this. I don't know why it's doing this to me here. Yeah, no, we were retrying this here. What in the world is freaking going on here? Wow, okay, I gotta kind of ignore that when I'm in the middle of a show, but it's really tough and very freaking distracting. It's the only way I can tell if anybody's in the live chat on YouTube or on Rumble. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Rumble, if you're watching on X, hit the like, hit the follow, hit the heart, get in the live chat, get in the comments. If you would like to buy the show, a cup of coffee, help the show out, help us keep on going here. We appreciate it. Every dime helps. Every little bit helps. Every shout out gets every donation gets a shout out. So in the description, Cash App, PayPal, it's available. Please, $2, $3, doesn't matter. It all helps. Goes directly to the show to help pay for everything. Obviously, I'm going to have to pay for some kind of a upgrade in Wi-Fi here with all these problems. But Titans, not looking good so far, but let's see what happens. Let's give them another week or so. Rams are the Rams, that's for sure. The Rams are just going to be the Rams. No matter what happens, the Rams will just be the Rams. We're going, I think we picked the Rams. Yeah, we picked the Rams. The Rams are -5.5. The over-under is 41.5. We'll take the over. So look for the Rams to win on the road in Tennessee. Next game we move to is Seattle. And they're going to go play a tough team. And this team might be better than I originally thought they were going to be. But let's find out this week. It's another tough matchup. This is a tough one. This is a good test for the Steelers early, at home, and against an NFC team. But I'm just looking at the Steelers the way they've been performing here. So we're going to take the Steelers -3.5, 39.5 over under. I think we might have taken the under in this. I can't remember all the over unders. So bear with me if I misspoke. It's right there. Whatever I picked, it's right there. I can guarantee you that. Seahawks, they hung in there with the Niners, but not a really offensive explosion. But again, defense looked pretty good. But Steelers defense looks really good. So again, like I said, a good early test for the Steelers, especially at home and against an NFC opponent. And they're flying a long way to Pittsburgh. Next up, oh boy, this could get ugly, and this one here can get ugly fast. Let me find out. I got all the helmets out of place. We're going to see the Bills, and they're going to travel to Jetville, to the Meadowlands, to play the Jets. This is just, all right, we're taking the Bills -6.5. The over-under is 46.5. I think the Bills are going to put up 38 to 45 points in this game. This is just going to be an ass whooping, especially the way the Bills played against the Ravens. Do you think the way they played against the Ravens and came back against the Ravens that the Jets have any fucking hope? Man, they need lifeboats. They need a lot of shit. They ain't getting past Buffalo at home though. Ain't happening. So we'll take the Bills -6.5, 46.5. The over-under, to me, it's a no-brainer. The Bills will probably do that on their own. Next game is pretty interesting because I don't know what to expect out of the Bears. And the way the Bears are playing, I think they're capable of beating the Lions, but then again, it's the Lions, and then the Lions are home. So that becomes a no-brainer. So we'll give the Bears the 6.5. Take the Lions, 46.5 over under. I think I went under on this game. Not sure. I think I went under. Check me on that one. I'm not sure because I did only pick a couple unders. So the Redskins and Packers, minus 3.5, we're taking the Packers. 48.5 over under, we're taking the over. So far, all right, let me catch up here. Early games, Rams, we're picking the Rams, minus 5.5 over the Titans, 41.5 over. There you go. Seahawks at Steelers. I think this was an under. We're picking the Steelers, minus 3.5 over and under, 39.5 over. Okay, we're over in that one. Bills are the pick, minus 6.5 at the Jets. Over under 46.5 over. There you go. And to bring us up to date here, Bears at the Lions. Lions are a pick, minus 6.5, 46.5. We went under in this one. Okay, so we're caught up in that one. You're caught up on that one. And that's going to bring us to the next game, the Giants. Oh boy, Giants and Cowboys. Man, picking this is just throwing a dart at a barn, the side of a barn. That's how, just throw the dart. That's it. I mean, that's how spastic this game is. As hard as it is to believe, we're taking the Cowboys and giving 5.5 to the Giants. 44.5. I think I went under because I don't think either team can score. So, you can check that one as it rolls by. Not much to talk about there, let's be honest, folks. Now we move on to another interesting game, only because it's a division game. And only because it's a division game and the way they play each other in that division, this is a tough game. So the Browns on the road to Baltimore, who are really, at this point, pissed off. I don't think I want to play a pissed off Harborough team at any level. So this one, we'll take the Ravens. We'll give 11.5 to the Browns. 44.5. We're going over on that one. That's a no-brainer. This is just like the Jets and Bills game. Blowout city, and look out, man. There's going to be a body count. And then we go a little bit more on the West Coast. We got the 49ers. And they're going to New Orleans. Heading to New Orleans. I don't think New Orleans has got anything this year. I don't think they'll have anything next year. And I don't think they'll have anything the year after that. So forget the Saints. We'll take the Niners. Minus 3.5. 40.5 is the over-under. I think I went under. Not sure. But there you go. Now we're moving on to an even, I don't know, probably a less interesting game, but there's stories to be told. There's something to come out of this game. Somebody's going to give us a storyline. Something's going to break here. I'm looking for the Patriots to do it. I don't like the way the Dolphins are looking. So we'll take the Patriots plus 1.5. 42.5 over under. We took the under. And mostly just because Dolphins are flat, man. I think Dolphins are in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And then we move on to the last early game. That'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Where are they at? They're right there. They're going on to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. And I think Joe Burrow is just going to light it up. So, but then again, it is the Jaguars. What do you expect from the Jaguars? Well, again, that's the whole thing. That's what holds me back from picking them. I went heavy on them last year and got my ass handed to me. Not this year. No way, Jags. We'll take the Bengals. Minus 3.5, 48.5 over under. I believe we took the over. And that's all your early games. Now we'll jump on over here to the night games. We'll keep everything rolling along. And our first night game is Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, the Carolina No-Show Panthers. And they're going to go play a real feisty team called the Cardinals of Arizona. Arizona's going to walk all over these guys. This is going to be good and ugly, and for me, being a Bucs fan, Can't wait for it to happen. Another team going down in a loss this week. Makes it even more important for the Bucs and Texans on Monday night. That's coming up. So we got the Bengals. Bengals. We got the Cardinals minus 7.5, 44.5 over under. I'm pretty sure we went over. That'll bring us to the next game of the afternoon, and I am really stoked on these guys this year. I am just as pumped about Denver. If I can find them here. Here they are. As Denver goes to the Colts. Now, the Colt team that showed up Sunday there, will it show up again? Me, I don't know. And I don't think it matters because with Denver coming into town, this is a new Denver team. This is a new Denver attitude. This is a whole new Denver. Look for the Denver Broncos to take out the Colts in Indianapolis. Broncos are minus 1.5. Over-under is 43.5. And you just have to wait for the over-under. I'm not going to call them because I can't remember them. And the other late game just happens to be the Sunday night game because we got a doubleheader coming up on Monday night. So the late game is a Super Bowl rematch. This time, the Eagles go to Kansas City. Kansas City just getting back from Brazil. Eagles coming off a pretty decent win. Not an impressive win. They didn't bury the Cowboys like we all thought. But, again, this is one hell of a matchup, and it's a great Week 2 Sunday night game. We're taking the Eagles. I can't believe I'm saying this, folks. We're taking the Eagles minus 1.5, 46.5 over under. And then, I'm sorry, that's the late game. I thought this game was being flexed. I guess it hasn't been flexed. I heard it was being flexed. I guess I jumped the gun. So right now, this is a 4:35 start or 1:30, wherever the fuck you're at. Figure it out mathematically. Look at the clock and you can figure it out. The late game is the Falcons, and they're going to the Vikings in Minnesota, which, again, what Minnesota team do you see? I don't know. I don't think it matters. I'm taking Minnesota because I'm looking at Atlanta as, I mean, we escaped like we normally don't escape games with wins, but we did last week, and I think that's going to be the fairy tale for the Falcons, just falling short all year. So we'll take the Vikings minus 3.5. I think this is a lot more than a field goal separating these two teams. 44.5 over under. Again, we'll look for it there. And that'll move us on to Monday night. Monday night, first game of Monday night doubleheader is the Bucs at Texans. I am going with the Bucs. Plus 2.5. We're getting 2.5. We're on the road. We're in Houston. We usually don't play Houston. It's not a great matchup. There's not much history to look back on and figure all this shit out. The last time these two teams met was in 23. Oh, was that November 5th in 23? And Houston beat us by 2 points, 39-37. Sounds like something fell apart. But we'll figure it out from there. But look for the Bucs to take Houston out. I just think Baker and the boys and the defense that Bucs have right now is way too much. Angus, how you doing, buddy? I'm sure I was rambling. I'm just trying to get through this so we can get to the Yankee game, which starts in about 10 minutes. I'm at the last two games, and then we're going to wrap it on up. And then, so the Bucs, like I said, with their defense and their offense and the way they're clicking, everything looks good for them. So look for them to take out Houston in Houston. And then the last game is the Chargers going to Vegas, take on the Raiders. We're going to take the Chargers because I think they're hotter than hot. Minus 3.5. And an over-under of 45.5. Again, you have to wait for the over-under on that one because I can't remember all these over-unders. Looks like another busy day going on here. So, like I said, we're going to move along. We're going to get in and out of here right now because we got Yankee baseball coming up, and I have to switch over shows. and get that one ready, folks. So I hope you appreciate it. Sorry for moving along. Like I said, tomorrow night, Friday night, we will be back with a more in-depth NFL show. So stay tuned for that. Angus, see me on the other side, buddy. I'll be back on in about 10 minutes for Yankees and Tigers, game 3 of a 3-game set. Yanks trying not to be swept, trying to salvage the game, trying to get a win during this incredible 12-game stretch. So, again, we'll be back with the NFL Weekly Recap. We'll go over all of last week's games tomorrow, and we'll see how we did and all that other stuff. Until then, folks, we're going to get up out of here and see you in a few minutes. Oh, wow, got all these graphics up. What? Peace, people. We'll see you in a little bit. Can you see me? Seriously, bye, people. We'll be back in a little bit with Yankee baseball. Yankees and Tigers. Oh my, Yankees and Tigers, oh my, Yankees and Tigers, oh my, Yankees and Tigers.
And that's all, folks.
He's looking at you, kid.